Good late evening on this increasingly sunset evening in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois. This is Vincenzo Gold Crypto Investing, where you come to get a dynamite, state-of-the-art, company-made, probability-based trading alert. And those trading alerts would have saved you across the board 40 to 70% over the last 24 hours. Like, subscribe, and share is the best way to donate to the channel. Or if you want to make a dollar donation to the Cash App or the PayPal, it's greatly appreciated. It helps me put out more content. You can request trading alerts, specific trading alert charts on specific stocks, commodities, crypto of your choice. We had our first 3, and I put out 3 extensive videos. I believe approaching over an hour of content between the 3, very informative and educational for you. I just want to go over the silver real quick. We haven't looked at silver. Remember we told you it was going to come back and consolidate? See that? We're going to make that smaller. Remember when we were up here Monday, I believe, I said we're probably going to trade back down and retest this overhead support, and I expect it to bounce, or I think it's going to bounce. It could always come back down and bounce around in here, but I think we're going to bounce up, right? Inflation fears, monetary and fiscal disaster right now. The global demand for silver, it's an industrial metal and a monetary metal, so it's got dual purpose. But right now you can see on a livestock, you got the 50-day coming over top, the 200-day, it's using as support, so it's going to trade in this range, I think, and then we're going to see if we can try to break out and then keep moving another leg up. I think this, if we take a zoom out, silver looks very healthy. I would be accumulating silver on the dips, right? They're just buying opportunities. The chart's way healthier than the Bitcoin charts when I was forecasting them all to crash. Yes, it's always possible it can come down and correct for an extended period of time like we were. But if you look at what we got going on in silver, just take this last pump, for example. Let me get some of this malarkey out of here. Now I'm going to get my perching tool, right? I'm going to make YouTube famous perching tool. See the volume right here, just like gold, where we bottomed on our bottom support. Notice the steadily increasing volume, the steadily increasing price. Then notice here, see that? Look down by the 21 of April down there. Price downward and consolidates a little bit. See that? We're going to pull our company favorite in YouTube Rising Drawing Tool. See right here how you kind of down and sideways consolidate, make that a little bit bigger. You see that? There we go. Now coincide that with the volume right here. You notice how the volume died a little bit. Very bullish after a pump and pumping volume, right? Very bullish. That's a bullish move right there. Very bullish move, right? And that's why silver continued to pump. And that little sexy line down there, that's the mean of the volume in the 3-hour time frame. And you can see where it bottomed and then steadily increasing. And then right there, when it started sideways and consolidating, and went down, right? And then we started to pump, and the volume came up. Very bullish, again, pumping volume. And then we had our peak in volume right here, and the peak in price, because price follows volume, right? And then the volume sort of trailed off a little bit, right? In silver, see that? And then the price downwards and consolidated, and I think it's reloading now. And it could trade in here for a little while, but I think then it's going to break up, and I think we're making a run at $30 here in the next 2 to 4 weeks. The next weeks to month, I think we're going to make a run at 30 in silver. Nobody cares about the first walk-off home run of whoever that is. Nobody cares. We're here to make some money and sidestep the criminal gangster cartel. But I think you're about to break up in silver. Looks very healthy. Rising price, rising volume. Right? That's very bullish. The opposite of what you're seeing in crypto, where you have this, but you have Potter industry favorite drawing tool. Crypto, you have this right now, right? But when you look at the volume, it's all doing that, and all the coins, and that's bearish. Now, this is a rising wedge. Locally, we can draw this here, some more live TA. And this is the kind of TA you can only get here at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. And that's how we call the crypto crashes, the gold pumps. But if we take a live look, pull out our little favorite line tool with an arrow, you can see resistance, support, first support, right here, support, 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 and then a lot of cluster support. So you know that line is holding significance, and this looks awfully similar to the gold chart, and it looks awfully similar to a rising wedge because it is a rising wedge. But wedges can break out bullish. You just got to look for the right patterns. You can see all the upper resistance, 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 and the last resistance, right? A little bit of a fake out. These can be bullish. And you say, well, what the fuck are they always bearish for in crypto? Well, because the circumstances, hey, I'm a victim of circumstance. The circumstances in the crypto are you have a big pump. Here's what you look like in crypto. Big pump. And then you start trickling in an up and sideways consolidation, right? You see that? That's not what you got here in gold or silver. You got a nice steady pump up and beautiful increasing volume. It's telegraphing to me in my probability-based forecasting models that we're very proud of and have done very good. The gold one, if you check out the gold video that I've posted, I drew out the chart. It looks very similar to that. It was a probability-based computer model drawing, and we drew it down in the gold down here because gold did that sideways and consolidation here and then broke out to the next leg of the, in this bull market. So we've nailed that forecast in gold, and we think this is just loading up here with the volume increasing, and now the sideways and down consolidation. We think we're ready to pump up and try to break out of this overhead resistance on this rising wedge that seems to be a bullish rising wedge that almost seems to be forming a head right there, or delete that. Pull our favorite drawing tool back out. A left shoulder, a head, and then the right shoulder kind of formed this elongated rising wedge that I think is about to break out of this key overhead support, which is right there, right? You see that right here. If we zoom out to the daily, you can see how key that is. That's why I have it circled. We've played this once, twice, now third time, even fourth. We'll call that four. We'll call that a cluster of one. No, yeah, cluster two. The third cluster now. And what do we have down here on the bottom end support? We'll make that a little bit bigger, right? Make that a different color, a little bit easier. You can see right now, we've had uptrending support, right? This is very bullish. This is actually supposed to be down more. Let me get rid of that. This should be down here, right? Oh, that's with the yellow line. This is a different support, something else of significance. This is your bottom. So you pumped up, upper support cluster 1, down to the red line, or upper resistance 1, lower support 1. Then we trade, and we come back to lower support 2, then we pump, then we come to upper resistance cluster 2, then we dump, come back to the red, lower support 3, now we're coming to upper support 4. That's an ascending wedge pattern, and those are bullish. When you have the same upper resistance, but rising lower support, right? You see that? That's very bullish. Then you put this inverse head and shoulders right here. Everything's telling you with the pumping volume that this thing's about to go. And silver, right? And I think it's about to go. I think silver is about to explode. And you guys, if you're in gold, silver mining stocks, I think you're going to have a phenomenal summer. It's going to be a summer to remember in the metal market. I think it's going to be one for the ages, and you don't want to miss out. Like, subscribe, and share. If you're not sure about how to trade the commodities market, a simple $10 donation, and I will break down the silver chart, mining charts, whatever you need, in the commodity sector. I can go in depth if you wanted to get it extensively in even a series on commodities and fiscal policy and inflation and the U.S. dollar index and how that all incorporates into one big mixing bowl of the commodities market and purchasing power. Like, subscribe, and share. This was a quick silver update. I think we're going to be threatening these levels up here by the summertime. You see my target, if we break out of this bullish that we're in right now, the target's way up here if we break out bullish. Don't sleep on silver. I'm going to start getting more extensively into this. Hopefully you, the audience, will allow me to do more content, either by donating to the channel, to the PayPal, liking, sharing, subscribing if you can't donate, or by simply listening to my commodity segments when I put them on. Give me lots of views, lots of likes to keep me in the algorithm and not let me shuffle off when I go into talking about things I really love talking about. Gold, silver, fiscal, monetary policy, right? Those things interest me, and I would love to talk more in depth about it if the audience wanted me to. Peace and love. Peace and love.